Hello everyone, welcome back to the seventh module of this course. Today we will continue from where we left off discussing about virtual environments, testing, CI and CD basics. Introduction to CI and CD. So CI, which is continuous integration, and CD, which is continuous deployment, are software development practices that aim to streamline and automate the process of code integration, testing and deployment. Continuous integration, or CI in simple words, is the practice of frequently adding or integrating your code into a shared project or code base. Instead of waiting for days or weeks to combine everyone's work, developers do it multiple times a day. It involves frequent code updates, automated testing, and immediate feedback. Continuous deployment, on the other hand, is the process of automatically sending or deploying your code changes to a live environment after they pass testing. This means that once a developer's code is written, tested, and ready, it's automatically released to the users without any manual effort. Automated testing is a key part of CI and CD workflows. GitHub Actions and GitLab CI CD can be configured to automatically run tests on your code whenever you push changes to your repository. In Python, a repository is a central storage location for managing packages and libraries. You can think of it like a grocery stores which where you can get various items. So GitHub and GitLab are both web-based platforms that are built upon Git version control system. This is to manage and collaborate on software projects. Git is a distributed version control system which is an important tool for managing code changes and collaboration. To get started with GitHub, you can create an account in GitHub. For that, you'll have to Google GitHub and you have to click on this official website. And since I already have it created, I already have an account. So I'm going straight into my account. But in case you do not have an account, you have to sign up. And in case you have an account, but you aren't logged in, then you have to log in. You'll get the message accordingly. You'll get a sign up and login message once you click on the official website. All right, so we can go to Visual Studio Code and we'll have to create a folder called GitHub, and inside the folder we'll create another folder called Workflows where we will be working. So for that we can go to File and then we can go to Open folder. Let's create a folder inside the folder called Python. So this is the create new folder icon. In case of Windows, you will have an option called new folder. You can also right click to get that option. So anyway, we'll create a folder and we'll name it GitHub. Then we'll click on create. Inside GitHub, we'll create another folder called workflows. Okay, so we'll click on open. Now we'll be working inside the folder. Okay, we'll create a file where we will specify our actions. This will be the YML file. The extension will be .yml. So let's start writing. Name :ci on push branches minus main. Okay, so on basically means when exactly the action has to be run. And name is very simple. You can understand this is the name of the action, the name of the whole thing that we are trying to do here. And push means every time we push, the action will be executed. Branch main means that the action is run whenever there is a push in the branch called main. Next, we'll have something similar. So I'm just copying and pasting it. here we have, instead of push, we'll have pull underscore request. Okay, so this whole push and pull block, this means that the action will be performed when there is either a push or a pull request on the branch main. Okay, next we'll have jobs, which is specifying the jobs that we have to perform. In this case, we'll be performing a test which runs on Ubuntu latest. You want to remember the syntax, okay, like the where we are using the indentation and where we are not. So that is very important in case of Python as a whole, not just this. So yeah, so this is basically the test will run on Ubuntu latest. Also, Ubuntu latest is not the latest version of the OS, but the latest version which GitHub Actions have available. So this basically tells us where the test can be run on. Next we have steps, name, say checkout, code, tab uses, actions, checkout, @v2. So steps tells us that we can have multiple jobs and each job can have multiple steps. Name is the specific name of the step and uses is what we'll perform with it. So we'll have multiple jobs. So I'm just copying it. So the next job is set up Python. In actions, we'll have setup minus Python or hyphen, whatever you want to say. We'll have another extra line here which will tell us with tab Python hyphen version colon 3.9. So this is basically telling us that we'll set up Python and the Python version here will be 3.9. Next we'll paste it again and this time we'll install dependencies. Install dependencies. Here we'll run a code. So we'll remove uses and we'll write run. You have to remember the syntax, okay, where we are using like with, after with we are having the next line. Same goes for on, we are using next line to write push. But in case of name and uses, you can see we are just using a space after the colon and writing the next part on the same line. So you have to remember it. And in case of every next line, it's almost always a tab. Yeah, there's always a tab whenever we are using a next line. We are using a block, I mean. So here we'll write Python minus m pip install minus minus upgrade pip. The next line pip install minus r libraries dot txt. Okay, so here we are installing the dependencies which we'll use to perform the test. And the first line is pretty simple. This is something you have seen a lot. So here we are basically installing pip and also upgrading it. Next, in the next line, we are supposed to read the file called libraries.txt and we are install whatever we read from that. But here you can see we do not have a file name that. Okay. So we'll create a file and we'll name it libraries.txt. Inside this, we'll just simply write pytest equals 7.2.2. So this is the version of pytest that I want to install, and let's save it. So basically, this job is to install pip first of all, and then we'll use pip to install whatever we have read from the text file called libraries. And our final task is to obviously run the test. Run the test. And in this case, we'll simply write pytest. Okay. So this is a basic workflow that runs Python tests using PyTest when you push code to the main branch. Alright, so okay, so let's go to this one, source control. Okay, we'll initialize repository first. So initializing repository will enable the source control to use the features of Git. Okay, like we can use the features of Git in VS Code itself. So let's click on initialize repository. Okay, and you can go here uh, to the right of the YML file and click on plus just stage changes, then again stage all changes. Okay, then we'll click on commit. We'll first save the YML file, then we'll click on commit. We'll have to type here, let's type a message of for committing. Let's just simply write commit. You'll have to write it within quotes. Okay, now we can click on commit. Like I think you did not notice what I did here. So you'll have to go here in changes and then click on this. So we have staged the changes that we have made here, and we have clicked on like written commit. So this is basically a command that is just like you could have written some elaborate commands. Like if the code was more complicated, you could have written something like we have fixed a bug, or like we have fixed the code or something like that. But in this case, simply I'm just writing commit. So we'll click on commit and push. Okay, so the action has been committed. Next, we have an option which is telling us to publish the branch. We'll click on this publish branch. And now we are having an option to publish in a private repository or a public repository. So you can do it wherever you wish to. Like this is just a simple example of using GitHub. So in this case, I'm just using a public repository. So this is how it's going on here. Okay, so successfully published the workflow repository to GitHub. Now we'll click on open on GitHub. So here you can see that the file was run, the job was done here, and the file was imported from my computer, from my VS Code, and here it is in my GitHub account. You can see how this was run and the publishing was completed. The committing the changes was also completed. You can see that. Yeah, so this was all about GitHub. Now we talked about GitLab too, right? So GitLab CI/CD provides a similar approach to automated testing. You can sign up and create a new project just like last time that you did with GitHub, and you can set up your local repository similar to GitHub. Some of the parts of the code are slightly different, and the extension for the file name will not be YML in this case, it will be something else. So, GitLab and GitHub work very similarly. But yes, like I said, some parts of the code will be slightly different. But basically, if you understand how we are working with GitHub, you'll be good to go with GitLab as well. So, yeah. So, whether you're using GitHub or GitLab, the key is to create a configuration file. In this case, we had the YML file that defines the steps to install dependencies, run tests, and provide feedback on your commits and pull requests. So, this is what the YML file basically does. You can automate your testing processes, catch errors early, and keep your code base healthy. And every commit, like we can push and pull, like we can commit changes step by step as well. Like you could have just written the first step and committed, and then you can return this part and then commit it again. So that also could be done here. So yeah, so this is all about working with GitHub. Okay, so now we've come to the end of this video and it's time for a quick recap. We didn't really go about a lot of topics today, but I yes, whatever we went through was a bit in a different level than whatever we did previously, I guess. So yeah, recap, we were first introduced to CI/CD, and then we learned about automated testing using GitHub Actions, how we can write a test in VS Code and publish it to GitHub to see it working. Okay, so yeah, and like I said, that even in GitLab, you can do the same thing with minor changes. So we are still on the seventh module, which we'll continue in the next lecture as well. As always, let me know in the comments if you have any queries regarding any of the lectures. I can quite understand how the lectures are becoming increasingly complex, and the ones without any prior fundamental knowledge may have difficulties grasping the concepts. I would advise you to go through the videos carefully and revisit them if need be. And as usual, I'm always here for you if you need any kind of help. Alright, so good luck to you and see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye.